find the area of a rectilinear shape, so a square or rectangle, we need to do the length of the shape times by its width. Remember, the length of a square, the length of a rectangle is the length of its longest side, and the width is how long its shorter side is, like that. For a square, remember, all of the sides are the same, so you could just think of this as the length times the length, or the width times the width. So I generally write this like this. So for the rectangle, I would do area equals L times W for length times width. And if we look at this example here, to find the area of the rectangle, I identify that 10 centimeters is the length, 2.5 centimeters is the width. So to work out the area, I need to do L times W, which is 10 times 2.5, which is 25 centimeters squared. Don't forget the units for area, centimeters squared. For B, if I want to find the areas of these squares, in the first case I have 1 centimeter as the width or length of a side. Because it's a square, that's always going to be the same. So to find the area, I would just do 1 times 1, which is 1 centimeter squared. For the second question, it's going to be 2 times 2, which is 4 centimeters squared. For the third question, it will be 3 times 3, which is 9 centimeters squared. And lastly, 4 times 4, which is 16 centimeters squared. We should notice that this is the first 4 square numbers, 1, 4, 9, and 16. Very often you need to use the area and work backwards to find one of the missing lengths of a shape. So in this question, the area of a rectangle is 96 centimeters squared and its length is 16 centimeters. And we want to find the width of the rectangle. Well, the length is 16 centimeters. I'm just going to call the width W. Now we know that the area of this shape is 96 centimeters squared. So if I take the length times the width, I know I'm going to get 96. Now to get W on its own, I need to do the opposite of multiplying by 16, which is dividing by 16. So to get W, I need to do 96 divided by 16, which is going to be 6. So that means the width of the rectangle is 6 centimeters. And you can confirm this because if you do 6 times 16, you will get 60 and 36, which is 96 centimeters squared, so it works. For B, we're told that the area of a square is 36 centimeters squared, and we want to find the perimeter. It might help if we think about the square numbers that we worked out earlier on. But essentially, we know that a square has all of the sides the same, so I could call each of the sides W. I know that W times W is equal to the area of the square, which is 36. So I need to think of a number which, when I multiply it by itself, I get 36. Well, that number is going to be 6. So I know that the length of one of the sides is 6 centimeters. I want, however, the perimeter of the square. So to work out the perimeter, I need to add up 6 4 times. Or I can do 6 times 4, which is 24. So the answer here would be 24 centimeters. Here are some questions for you to try. Please pause the video now and have a go at them. And when you're ready for the answers, press play. One thing to note, make sure that the length and the width have the same unit. Here are the answers. So we should have 36 centimeters squared for A, 0.25 meters squared for B. For C, you could either have 2,000 centimeters squared, so that's if you change the 1 meter into 100 centimeters, or you could have 0.2 meters squared by changing 20 centimeters into meters. For question 2, you should have an answer of 32 centimeters because the side length is 8.